Okay, g'day guys. So exercise and diet. There's two parts to this video, and I'm going to start off with exercise. The two go hand in hand. That goes without saying, I think. But this is a great beginner's sort of where to start thing. If you've never really tried anything, you don't know really what to look at, and there's so much information, it's really confusing. This is just to get you started. Just some points that I've learnt that I can share with you. So the benefits of exercise. I'm going to start with the positives here. Benefits of exercise. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel really good. It elevates depression and anxiety. This is why you want to exercise, if you have those things. It's like a mechanical response. If by doing exercise, endorphins are released, and they make you feel good. And it's supposedly similar to morphine in the body, is that the high you might get from doing exercise. So it's hard to feel depressed and anxious if you are feeling really good physically. So it's really going to help you with that. The other really good benefit of exercising is this. I heard a quote the other day. I don't know who it was by, and it was, "The pursuit of health is an expression of self-esteem." So you are going to get confidence by doing exercise. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to give you confidence. So the two awesome reasons to start exercising if you're not already, right there. And something like another benefit, sorry, I should say, is that you'll see progress really quickly, especially if you're starting out. You'll see the benefits of doing it really quickly. You'll see immediate changes in your body really quickly, and this helps you to want to be consistent and to stick the course out on your journey with recovering or getting better or just getting healthier. So that's the awesome thing about exercise, is that you will see results, and that sometimes it's hard to sort of to gauge things. I think especially with mental disorders, it can be hard because it is such a state of mind and a way of thinking to sort of have the perspective to look back and say, man, look how far I've come. But when you exercise, you see the result. Every time you look in the mirror and how you feel, 24/7, you will see results. So the next major point is be real. Make it fun, right? Be real.
Man, be real.
If it's not fun, you're not going to keep doing it. So what's the point? So what I mean by make it fun, do something you're interested in. Like, it doesn't have to be some elaborate thing, oh, I've got to do this, you know. Do something you might be interested in. Like yoga. It might be you might find something you find interesting. Martial arts. Some sport you like. You know, soccer, football, cricket, whatever, you know. When I first started exercising, I got a football and went down to the oval and just kicked for goal, and I had to run and get it, come back, kick it again, run back, oh, I have another shot at goal, now I've got to run and get it. So I did it because I loved it. I loved the sport, and I didn't mind running, even though at that point I didn't enjoy it, if that makes sense. If it was just running by itself, you know, you know, not a lot of people want to do that. But, you know, if you're making it fun, so that's something you can try. Okay, another point. Something that you should try if you're starting out, this is what I recommend, is walking. It's really easy. You don't got to do anything really hard. It just gets your butt moving, and you're just walking. I recommend walking, you know, aim for 45 minutes to an hour of walking. Excuse me. Every day as well. That might be hard for some, but every day. Preferably before breakfast. It's just a really great way to start the day. For a number of reasons, because you will actually burn more calories. I know there's a lot of studies that counter-argue this, that you burn more calories in the morning than you do before, you know, on an empty stomach or not, but it's a great thing to do. If you're gonna going for a walk for 45 minutes to an hour, is really revitalizing, and if you don't exercise, this is a really easy thing you can do that will get you results, and it's really healthy for you, so you can't get past it. Now, it's a good time to listen to a podcast or an audio book. You know, I mean, you're learning when you're walking, and it's just a really good thing. You can even use the time to reflect, use the time to be grateful for things in your life. Use the time to think about your passions and your goals. You know, it's really clears your mind doing it. You know, eventually, if you're doing this, if you've been walking for a while already, just add in a little light jog. Now, you don't have to jog the whole time. Just jog a minute. Just jog a minute and then stop and then walk a minute, or jog 20 seconds if you can't do more than that. You know, you want to keep progressing. You want to keep getting better. You can add up, you know, the jogging, but just walking itself as a cardio is fantastic. Next point I want to make is resistance training. Now, this is what's going to actually boost your metabolism. You don't need to lift weights. Okay, so lifting weights are good, is awesome resistance, but if you just use your own body weight and you do push-ups or squats, planks, you know, those kinds of workouts where you just, anything that involves resistance. So you're doing a push-up, you're resisting, you know, your muscles have to tighten to do that and contract. So what this does is you want to break down your muscle, because breaking down your muscle means your muscle needs to repair, it'll get bigger. Bigger muscles equals better metabolism, means you're going to burn more calories. If you're overweight, you know, it's going to, you can burn calories by not even exercise, when you're not exercising, I should say. I recommend doing resistance training, you know, 3 times a week. 2 to 3 times, if you're a beginner, 2 to 3 times a week, even if it's once a week. As long as you're doing the walking, awesome. But resistance training, 2 to 3 times a week, just to start off with. But this is key into getting healthier quicker, because it affects your metabolism, which is the next part I want to get into, which is diet, which is perfect, because it's like a nice transition. So I just want to end by saying this too, with the exercise. The key is consistency. Not exercising 1 day a week. Like I'm saying, like go for a walk every day. But consistency is what's going to get you there. If you do it once a week, twice a week, and then you sit on your ass the rest of the week, you're not going to see results. If you do it every day, and even if it's a small steps every day, you will see results. And the key is consistency, and it's an awesome tool to have, consistency. Because if you apply the same tools that you do with health and exercise and dieting, you know, to anywhere in life, you'll see it works. Okay, so the first point in diet is drink water, and only water. Only water. This hole here, only water goes in there. Nothing else. Not juice, no fizzy drinks, not diet drinks. Just water. Just water. That's all you need. Okay, just water. This is going to make you feel amazing and give you heaps of energy. Just drinking water gives you so much energy. I'll start just by saying this. I mean, this is what, I think this is from Wikipedia. The human body is more than 60% water. The blood is 92% water. The brain and muscles are 75% water. And your bones are about 22% water. A human can survive for a month or more without eating food, but only a week or so without drinking water. Water is extremely important. Don't underestimate the power of water and what it can do for you. Purified water and distilled water preferred. If you only have access to tap water, then by all means, but you can get you can buy like cheap distillers that boil the water and put it through some filters, you know, filtered water. But purified water is, I think, is the best. But you'll notice a difference immediately if you just stop drinking other drinks and you drink water. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, next point I want to make is no sugar. Not any sugar. Your body doesn't need sugar. Check the packets of things. If you've got food in your house and you're eating cereals, especially, everybody talks about cereals, are packed full of sugar. Now, if you look at the back of the dietary information, check carbohydrates and sugars. About 5 grams of sugar is a teaspoon. So if you see 20 grams of sugar per 100 grams in a cereal, which is like 100 grams isn't much, you probably have maybe more than that, and there's 20 grams of sugar in that, and that's low for cereals. That's about 4 teaspoons of sugar. 4 teaspoons. You've just put 4 teaspoons of sugar in there and you've just eaten it. So watch out with foods, certain foods you might eat. And always check, that's what that means. When you see like 20 grams, and always check the per 100 grams. Don't check per serving, just check the per 100 grams and have a guess of what 100 grams is. If you have to like get some sort of, if you need to work out like a reference, just get a little weigh machine and just check, how much 100 grams is. Or if you have like a bar or something that says, hey, this is 100 grams of something, just look at it and go, oh, that's 100 grams of this. Oh yeah, that's what it feels like, So, you need a reference to sort of know what 100 grams is of certain foods. But you'll learn, man. You'll learn that throughout the process if you stick with this. Another blanket rule is advertising on packets. Now, if something says on it that it's a great source of dietary fiber, it's low in fat, if they're trying to sell you something, that should send off an alarm bell telling you that this is crap. Because good food doesn't need to sell you anything. If you're going to eat clean and you're going to eat vegetables, there's nobody trying to sell you spinach. Well, there used to be ads on TV about spinach. But nobody's going to try and sell you a sweet potato. Hey, low GI, great source of energy, sweet potato. It's just not going to happen. So, but these kinds of foods are the best for you. Eating clean is the best thing you can do. So avoid things that come in packets. That's a really great blanket rule, unless you have to. Obviously, like something like rolled oats comes in a packet, and a brown rice, it comes in a packet. But I'm talking generally speaking. If you're like, oh, I'm going to go in the health section and look for something to eat. Oh yeah, it's got a good source of dietary fiber. It's got a good this. It's got a good. Usually, if you ate something equivalent that's natural, you can eat more of it, and it'll be more filling, and it'll be more nutritious for you. Okay, next point, if you want to lose a bit more weight, then drop your carbohydrate intake. And it works really well with resistance training if you do this. If you want to take your dieting a bit more seriously, get a MyFitnessPal or an app where you can record macronutrients. I will do another video about macronutrients and dieting because that's a huge topic. Initially though, don't worry about tracking calories and watching stuff. Just a blanket rule, your body needs essential fatty acids and it needs proteins. So it can turn proteins and fats into carbohydrates. So you don't actually need sugar. This is what I'm saying. You don't need sugar and you don't need carbs because your body can utilize the fats, stored fats, and fats that you're eating and proteins to give you that source of energy. Okay, so foods to avoid. Pasta, breads, and white rice. Anything with a high GI basically as well. These sources of carbohydrates and energy will not do you any good. They're not going to help you lose weight. In fact, they're just going to help you store rate. It's just going to help you store fat. Store rate. It's going to help you store fat. What you do want to have though, for carbohydrates basically, your brown rice, your black rice, red rice, sweet potatoes, vegetables, nuts, any kind of nuts, not salted nuts. Try and get like natural, unroasted everything nuts. Just nuts. Nuts are great. Beans and legumes. Oh my goodness, really good. You'll notice that these foods will make you fuller as well. They actually make you a lot fuller. Another thing I want to mention is supplements. I recommend a multivitamin that you take daily, a good one. When I say a good one, I mean just make sure it's certified in the country that you live, or Australian or American, wherever you are. Like just make sure it's certified. Not certified according to guidelines. Make sure it's certified by, has a rating, because there's a lot of multivitamins out there that are crap, that won't work, and you won't even ingest the tablet properly. So try find the best multivitamin you can. I'd just do an internet search on the product and see how it's rated or whatever. Just read reviews. Fish oil is an essential fatty acid. I take krill oil, but fish oil in liquid form is probably the best. Get your bloods checked, because it'll let a doctor will be able to help you find out any sort of deficiency you might have. You might have low iron, you might have a low vitamin D, which means you'll have to take vitamin D supplement, which will help. So next point is this: if you're going to have a cheap meal, do it on the day that you're going to exercise. Don't do it in the day when you're just going to sit on your ass and do nothing. And preferably afterwards, but just make sure you do it on a day that you exercise, because you'll minimise the effect of whatever the food is you're going to eat. It's going to utilise the food that you're eating closer to exercise. I just want to say, remember that consistency is key. This is the most important thing about this, and the idea is to make a pattern and get a pattern ingrained in you. As you get healthier, you'll be able to listen to your body more. It'll be telling you things. Your mind will be clearer. You'll be feeling better about yourself. There's so many benefits to exercise. I hope this has been helpful for you. So the next video will be about calories and more in depth about all this junk. And yeah, be kind to yourselves. Ciao.